Yo, you guys been checking out some of the videos that are coming out of Australia and being as equally horrified as I am? Like, they keep going out every weekend and seemingly more and more every day as these measures of lockdown continue to become more and more draconian. And I do this as a warning, okay? And also to spotlight what's going on in Australia itself, because there is, many freedom-loving individuals there just seeing it return to its police state and its prison state origins for really no good reason. Because, yeah, we're going to take a look next, because these lockdowns aren't working. I know, right? WHO has condemned them. CDC has condemned them. Pretty much every one of the expert organizations have said, yeah, lockdowns are pretty fucking dumb. But Australia keeps doubling down on them. But hey, look at, according to AFP, virus lockdowns end or in sight for Australia's second largest city. I keep wanting to say Sydney, Australian, Sydney, but Melbourne. Hey guys, it's looking bright, and this article was written a week ago, but hey, they're almost there. They can almost see the finish line. If only everybody would just get the jab. That'll be the way for us to return to normal. Remember when Scott Morrison said, oh, this is an unsustainable way to live? Yeah, and then he continues to jet around the country. He just took a fucking picture with Biden out on the mezzanine at the White House with Indian is it President Modi? Yeah, a couple other people, though. Yeah, everything's fine for him because there's a two-tiered society, and it's a big club, and you ain't in it. But hey, I guess there's end in sight, but let's just see how well these lockdowns are doing, okay? Because Victoria State, which has been under a lockdown for how many months at this point? Can't quite keep track of everything. Australia's Victoria State notched a daily record of 847 locally acquired cases of COVID-19 and one death. One death, and that's accurate for today, guys. So what the fuck are they doing? Yeah, exactly. Lockdowns work, right? Until they're implemented, and then you just keep trying to measure your metrics. But hey, only one person died, but that's just one death too many, so therefore everybody has to pay for it. Okay, cool. And like I mentioned before, yeah, lockdown protests are going on all the fucking time, and there's been videos for fucking days of construction workers fighting back, these cops just taking an absolute shit kicking when they're not spraying, people in the face for just wanting to live their fucking life. And if any cop is enforcing mask mandates, if they're enforcing this type of authoritarian horseshit, I have no sympathy for you. I have sympathy for good cops doing good things and bad things happen to them. That sucks, and I'd take that side for anybody any day of the week. But you start enforcing this type of dumb shit, I got nothing but disdain for you. And even this stuff is out of date, but we got some more images and videos, and oh my fucking god. Australian police clash with anti-lockdown protesters, arrest nearly 270. Yeah, this was just back on September 18th. But I guess maybe it's because all of these protests, everybody's out there, and then they're just spreading the coof at all of these outdoor events. That must be the case, right? Australia's police arrested 235 people in Melbourne and 32 in Sydney on Saturday at unsanctioned anti-lockdown rallies. Yes, they'll control you, okay? Your right to free speech is only a right if the government allows you to participate in such gatherings, right? Freedom of assembly? Ah, fuck you. Rallies, and several police officers were injured in clashes with protesters. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Victoria Police said 6 officers required hospitalization. Only 6? Come on, guys, you need to get those numbers up. Several officers were knocked to the ground and trampled. Yeah, because they were probably also doing a sissy slap and spraying that fucking pepper spray foam. Like, I don't know what the hell that is, but I've been seeing that being used way too fucking much for people who just want to be free and just want to return back to normal fucking life. About 700 people managed to gather in parts of Melbourne. Holy, just that sentence, it's just even that fragment of that sentence, about 700 managed to gather in Melbourne. Okay, as 2,000 officers, 2,000, okay, yeah, nearly 3-to-1 fucking cops to people just trying to wake people up. Fucking Christ. Oh, I'm sorry. made city center virtually a no-go zone, setting up checkpoints and barricades. Public transport and ride shares in the city were suspended. In Sydney, riot officers, highway patrol, detectives, and general duty police were also deployed in the streets, preventing large gatherings. You guys are doing a great fucking job. To serve and protect, right? To serve who and protect what exactly? Australia has been grappling with an outbreak of the Delta variant of the coronavirus since mid-June. Yes, when they went into big authoritarian lockdowns. Mid-June, yeah. But there's an end in sight, trust me, as long as everybody gets the jab, right? Yep, as soon as you get close to that 80%, then they're going to move it up to 85. And they're going to move it up to 90. And then it's going to be as everybody got their booster shot. Oh, okay. Have you looked at the WHO? Yeah, it doesn't much matter. We're going to tell you to get booster shots. It's just the natural progress of things, guys. On Saturday, there were 1,882 new coronavirus cases, most of them in Sydney. Yeah, the daily record was just for Victoria Province, right? And that was across the entire country, which is a majority lockdown nation at this point. But 882 new coronavirus cases. Oh my stars, that's so terrible. What are the symptoms? What are the vaccination statuses? Like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? Most of the restrictions in Victoria, New South Wales, and Canberra are to remain until at least 70% of those 16 and older are fully vaccinated. Cool. Which, based on the current pace of inoculations, could be in late October or early November. See, that's the light at the end of the tunnel. A high rate of compliance with public health orders has helped keep Australia in the number of infections relatively low. Okay. That's why there's record. Okay. Well, to be fair, this article is a couple weeks old. And just under 85,000 total cases of a country that has how many million people? Oh, okay, cool. And 1,145 deaths since the start of the pandemic. Yeah, they've been kicking ass. Remember, that's 1,100 deaths over the course of nearly 2 fucking years at this point. The vast majority of Australians support vaccinations. That's why the numbers are so high. Oh, okay. And public health measures. I'm sure that's why you don't cite any actual numbers. But there have been sporadic and sometimes violent protests against the management of this pandemic. Mostly by the managers, actually, because now we're just going to get into watching some videos because I've been talking enough. And remember, guys, we just want you to be healthy with a shotgun and pepper spray in a fucking doorway. Yeah, that's cool. How about this? How about you can stop spreading COVID if you just get choked out by a police officer? She's not wearing a mask, so Australian police is suffocating her from preventing catching COVID. Now, to be completely fair, right, and this video has almost 2.6 million fucking views. Now she's down on the ground. See, she can only spread COVID to the asphalt at that point. So, hey, who even knows if she has any sort of illness herself? But we're just going to try to get this here, and we're just going to try. It's like, okay, obviously, just back it up a little bit. Is he choking her? No, but that shouldn't be the central focus of this video. The fact that she needs to be wrestled to the ground for her safety, that's what the big takeaway of this should be. So, did she choke her unconscious? No, obviously. You remember she's down on the ground and telling her, look how pathetic you are, and she doesn't have a mask. Oh, right, obviously, because you guys are big scared. I'm sure he's probably already double jabbed up. What about these couple of old biddies just sitting outside on a fucking bench, and all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, 4 police officers, 5 tough police officers need to accost these women and tell them to go home because it's so scary outside, and now they're under arrest because obviously they are. Isn't that great? Or how about this? SWAT team police officers just running through the street with shotguns, and no, these guys haven't robbed anywhere, but they're being arrested, and that guy just got a fucking running knee to the back from riot cops with shotguns because there's a zero COVID policy, and this is all for your help. God damn it. What about this one? Different protest, right? This lady gets thrown to the ground and accosted by somebody in total fucking riot gear because obviously, like look at this. Yep, shoved, and she takes a little bit of a spill there, but yeah, it's all for your help, guys. It's all for your help, and it's all coming to a fucking place near you. It's an authoritarian state, like Aaron Ginn points out here. This video's making the rounds. I just managed to pull this one up here, but he's not wrong. Not wrong saying that it's devolving and it's sad and awful. It's just it doesn't get any fucking attention. Just like a lot of important talking points in the news cycle. I don't know, it's discouraging because apparently, you know what, hey, people overwhelmingly support these fucking draconian policies. Speak about Canada, like 70% appreciate the fucking harsh public health measures because it's all for your health. But then again, there was also the study that was out there, and I'm going to see if I can find this. Yes, Jordan Peterson tweeted this one out, and it's Brookings Institute, How Misinformation is Distorting COVID Policies and Behaviors. The COVID-19 pandemic has been far-reaching in its effects, and the knowledge of the keys of the virus and related perceptions of the risk associated with it are far from uniform. The varied perception of the facts is caused, at least in part, by the varied exposure to irrelevant information. Using monthly data from 35,000 U.S. adults who responded to the Franklin Templeton Gallup Economics of Recovery study, we document the significant variations in the understanding of COVID-related facts and non-contaminant behaviors in a random controlled experiment that exposes people to different pieces of information. We observe large differences in the likelihood of buying away from home services, acceptance of COVID-19 vaccines, and policy preferences regarding the closure of schools and restaurants. Disagreement on basic facts. Okay, this I guess maybe I run the case of misinformation on this one, but you can see the pretty little graph as well. We asked to estimate the share of deaths by age group. The average American dramatically overestimates the share of COVID-19 deaths from people aged 24 and younger, putting it at around 8%, while in fact it is about 0.1% through August and has remained close to that level since. Meanwhile, the elderly, who's 65 and older, have accounted for 81% of deaths at the time of the survey, and 79% through November. Democrats were further off than Republicans. Now you know why they're so fucking scared about things, and more likely to overstate the risks to younger people, even after accounting for age, race, gender, geographic, and educational differences. The fact that COVID-19 poses a much higher mortality risk to the old than the young was a most clear feature of the virus from very early on, and it is remarkable that many Americans remain misinformed about the basic facts and they continue to see it through a political fucking lens. Democrats are more likely to correctly understand that COVID can be spread by people without symptoms and more accurately assess the overall mortality risk of COVID-19 as more severe compared to other common causes of death, such as influenza and automobile accidents. Yeah. In early September, a large portion of Republicans, 41%, said that the flu had caused more deaths than COVID-19 during 2020, compared to just 13% of Democrats. President of the United States suggested as much in a tweet in October. Remember, this is from 2020, by the way. An automobile accident were said to have caused more deaths. Oh, when everybody's off the road. Yeah, of course, obviously not. Likewise, just over 1 in 3 Republicans deny that it is definitely true that COVID can be spread by people without symptoms, compared to only 1 in 4 Democrats. Who could possibly think that? That'd be stupid. But hey, it's not like any of these numbers are terribly fucking far off, but yo, take a look at this graph here, okay? Estimates of COVID-19 hospitalizations per infection by party. What do most Republicans think? Well, the plurality is 1 to 5% of people who are infected with COVID will receive hospitalization. And on the flip side of that, over 50% chance if you're a Democrat, 41% think that. Okay. Why do you think the media is so fucking spurred out about this, okay? How do they all vote? How do they all lean? They all lean extremely fucking left, okay? And they all think you're gonna die, okay? You get that little rapid test and all of a sudden it just comes back with a positive on it. That's just basically as good of a death sentence, obviously. And that's what CNN tells you, ABC, CBS, all of the mainstream outlets. They will tell you the exact same thing. That's why they keep reporting on, oh, there's so many high cases and you gotta lock down because this is just such a terrible virus. When in actuality, the vast majority of people are fucking wrong on the information. Those quarter of Republicans who said that, now that I looked at the other numbers, 27.9% of Republicans also think that it's over 50%. Most people are fucking retarded. 1 to 5% is the correct answer. By the way, I'll link this article, obviously, like I do with all the other stuff, but ding, 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 that's the fucking correct answer, okay? And if you keep yourself in good shape, the chances of your hospitalization, if you have sufficient amounts of D3, you exercise regularly, you have a good intake of zinc, You're going to be fine. Okay? It's just, hey, the media wants you scared because scared people watch the fucking product. And you think that this information has changed? Yeah, they ran this last year, but how do they continue to act? Sorry to be such a downer. But hey, that's the break sometimes. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Catch you live with the news that happens Monday morning. Still got a whole host of shit going up there tomorrow for y'all. So stay tuned for that if you are interested in some more evergreen-ish stories. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.